Well, I think the number one goal for this class was we set a goal 4 years ago. We didn't want to get to today and have to replace the biggest class leaving our program with the biggest class again. And I think you'll see in the release this is the third largest class we've signed since we've been here. So I feel like we've accomplished that goal. We didn't want to sign the first class, let them play it out, and then be back to square one in 2017. So that was something that once we made the decision to go to Conference USA, we had to make sure that we balanced our roster. I feel like we've done that. I feel like we've done that in this class as well. The one thing we had to get done in this class was take care of our offensive line. I feel like we did that. We signed 6 offensive linemen, of which 3 are junior college players. So that was we lost a lot of guys coming off our offensive line, so we had to add some age back to it. And so we got that done. The other thing I wanted to do was solidify the inside of our defense. With our linebacker position, losing Nick Cook is a tough loss for us. We lost a couple of guys last year to graduation. Nick left us this year, led us in tackles. So we took a junior college linebacker, tried to add some pieces in there, make sure that we're solid there. I took a couple of guys up front in our defense. We want to be stout up front in our defense. I thought we got better as the year went along last year up front. And we lost a couple really good players up front. We got some good players redshirted, so we had to supplement that some. And then we have to always look at our wide receiver position. We lost Austin, who's a very productive guy, so we signed a couple of guys that I feel like may be able to be an impact there, take some of that load off, and create some production there. But next year we're going to lose, after the 17 season, we'll lose, those 4 guys at wideout. So we had to always look a couple years ahead, and this class of wideouts I really like. There's 3 guys. I think they'll, have a chance to play for us and be impact guys for us. But overall, I thought our guys did a really nice job. Our coaches went out. They worked extremely hard at recruiting. This is a tough time of year. It's a fun time of year for me. It's one of my favorite times of year. The months of November, December, and January. You have the end of college football. You have the bowl season, of which we were really close to attaining that goal last year. And then I get to go in all these homes, and I get to go to a lot of different cities, and it's a lot of fun for me to see all these guys' different stories. We don't get them all, but it's a lot of fun for me. It's a fun time of year for me to go out, and I just really enjoy it. Our guys enjoy it, and it's just it's a lot of fun to go out and see different people's stories in different parts of the country, and have that opportunity to go sit in homes and meet people and hear their stories. But really, really proud of this class, the depth of it, and I'm excited to get these guys in here and see them play. Well, that's kind of where we are with Conference USA, and we need to compete at a higher level on the field, in the recruiting process, and you don't win them all, obviously, but we're starting to win our share of them. Yeah, no question. We're in phase 1 of our 4-phase program. You're in phase 1 with your off-season conditioning drill with your guys. You finish up recruiting. We had recruiting weekend a couple weeks ago. It was like this outside, so this is a good time to be in Charlotte, and we're fortunate that we get to live here, breathe here, and be here all the time. We don't have to come schedule games here. We just get to be here all the time. And so for all the recruits, it's a good thing for them. It's a great city. Weather's great. Got a new university. And so there's a lot of good things. We're trending in the right direction. So it's a lot of fun for us. Yeah, that expansion has gone into Florida. We started that last year, really. Once we started playing in Florida every year, we wanted to branch out to Florida. It's something we'd done in the past. So we want to reach down in there. We want to reach into Virginia, Maryland more as well. And then, of course, you're always going to have your junior college players, whether that's Kansas, California, Mississippi, wherever. You're always going to reach out to those schools. But, Florida's an important state for us. Always, you want to develop a relationship with all the best players in our region, our city, the surrounding counties. So you're going to continue to reach out to those kids and try to get them to stay home. Huge for us, huge for us for a guy like that to, be our first first guy in the Senior Bowl, be our first guy going to the combine, and that's what we talk to recruits about. You can come to Charlotte and attain all the goals you have individually. You can attain the goals as a team, and Larry's proven that. So you're going to get good development here. You're going to get coached well. You're going to get coached hard, and if you have the talent, you can come out here and attain all the goals you have for yourself. And Larry's he's a testament to that for sure. And not only as a player but as a person, he represents us in such a good fashion that it's been a lot of fun to watch him, see him perform, and hopefully he'll move up the draft board and somebody will take a shot at him. Well, I think the biggest thing we're going to get once we get out of our off season, we really want to hit this period hard, work them extremely hard out on the field. This is where you develop all your mental toughness, things like that. Then you get into spring ball. I think the number one thing for us coming into spring ball and then getting out of spring ball is going to be the development of our defensive line. We did lose a lot of production there, and I think those guys up front are going to be real critical in the development they have this spring for us to be successful next year. Guys like Timmy Horn and Nick Carroll and all those guys that they got to step up. Zach Duncan, all those guys, Randy Sudam, Nick Martin. John Hardy, those guys have all been in our program. A lot of them redshirted last year. Some of them been in our program 2-3 years, and now's the time for them. So I think defensive front wise, that's going to be the number one key for us. Yeah, Robert's. All those fresh, he and Benny. They need to have a great off season now. The period they're in, both of them are talented guys. So look for good things out of them in the spring. Robert played well for us last year. I don't expect anything different out of him. He needs a good off season. He's just a freshman, and he's got to continue to mature and get better as a player and do all the things necessary to become a really good player. I think he's got the ability. He and Benny both. So I feel good about where we are at running back. And you throw a guy like Cam Duncan in there. The guy's a good player. So excited to get him in here as well. Well, I think a guy like Gene Eason's a guy that's, he's a junior college player out of San Francisco who's plays center. We need a center to come in, so that's why we took him. He's a great story. He's been in the military for 4 years, was in Afghanistan. I mean, he's an interesting guy, and he's a little bit older, really mature. So he's a guy I think can come in and make an impact, especially at the center position. We need for him to do that. The other guys, you never know, whether that's Victor Tucker or Cameron Bent or whoever that is that comes in at the skill position, whether they make an impact right away, we'll see in August. Yeah, Cam Dollar, man, what a great young man. That was a fun home visit. Just watching him practice basketball. He's just a phenomenal athlete, great person. Just really excited about getting him in. A very athletic guy. I kind of envision him playing in the outside receiver position like Trent Bostic and those guys out there, T.L. Ford. He's got great length, great athleticism, can go up and get the ball. So he'll be more of an outside guy. I think Tucker and Bent probably be inside guys. And we'll see, who kind of evolves out of that, whether Chris Montgomery, be a senior for us in there. We got to find that production that Austin left. So, but Cameron's, he's one of those guys that when you go see him, just puts a smile on your face. I get that question from the kids all the time, and really you don't know that until you get into August. It usually works its way out about 2 or 3 weeks into August. Guy like Ben DeLuca last year, wasn't sure he would play, and then you get into practice and you come off the field every day. You're like, okay, we got to play this guy. He's making too many plays every day in practice, and that's really the indicator. Guys in practice will do things. I used Trent Bostic a lot when he came in as a true freshman. I wasn't expecting much out of him, and you just walk off the practice field every day, and it's like, you see what Ben did, you see what Trent did, so that's how it works itself out, in August. And it usually takes a couple weeks, and you kind of figure it out. The thing that has helped freshmen is summer school. When we started paying for summer school and the guys coming in July, it's really helped them. And then we added the rule a year or two ago where we can actually be around them. For years we couldn't be around our guys in the summer, and that was not a very good situation for us to bring guys in and not be around them. So we finally got that right, and so we can be around them and actually meet with them. And so freshmen are a little bit ahead now. and that's really helped freshmen. I think that's why you see them across the country playing more, because they get acclimated to the team quicker. They start learning the playbook a little quicker, and they're ready to go once August starts. You know, for years they came in by themselves for 3 days and they were here, and then all of a sudden here come the varsity guys, and it was like a tidal wave coming on those freshmen, and it overwhelmed them. So you don't have that feeling anymore. So I think that's really helped freshmen and given them an opportunity to contribute early. Well, it's huge. You know, you can never have enough defensive linemen and offensive linemen, and you know, I feel good about what's here, and you always want to add that piece, you know, to it. So that's a critical piece, both sides of the line of scrimmage. I felt like we needed to take a few more offensive linemen, obviously, than we did defensive linemen, because of the guys that we have redshirted and that we have in place. You know, guys like, I didn't mention Johnny Ray earlier. He's a guy we redshirted last year. Those guys, I think, got a chance to, you know, they're gonna get baptized pretty quick now. I mean, but that's why it's critical for them to have a great off season and great spring, and then they get into phase 3 in the summer. They're going to have to really come along and at a pretty good pace for us.